Hello, good day, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, I don't know if I should be starting with an appreciation speech or an apology speech. Okay, I'll go with the appreciation speech first. I want to say very big thank you to all the new subscribers and the old ones. We are over 1,500 already. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And to my apology speech, I want to say I'm very sorry for the long break. I know I've not been consistent lately, and I've actually been busy with client orders, so I've not been able to record, not been able to film. So I am deeply sorry about that. So for today, I came with this banger. Look at this color combination. It is giving very beautiful. So we'll be learning how to make this beautiful unisex sandal. So instead of using combination of pinks, I decided to use this for baby girl. This is actually unisex. In all honesty, this color combination is unisex. And I have this combined for baby boys. Look at that. Like, see the way it's the color combination like enter each other. It's so beautiful. I have this navy blue, I have powder blue, and I have the cream color mixed with it. And this is what I have under. So as you can see, we have this here, and so I'll be showing you the step by step on how to achieve this beauty. It's quite simple in all honesty and very straightforward. So I'll be making the second leg of this with you guys. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the materials you'll be needing, then head into the tutorial. So these are the materials you'll be needing. As you all know, I'll be using this brand. It's called Yeye. It is 100% acrylic. It's 40 grams, and as you can see, it is thin. So I'll be doubling my strand. I'll be working with 2 strands. So I'll be working with these 3 colors. You can customize this sandal into any to as many colors as you want, and if you want it in just 1 color, you can do that, 2 colors or even more. So I'll be using these 3 colors, just a little bit of these 2 and more of this, because I'll be using this for the sand, for the soles. As you can see, for the blue, I used the powder blue for this sole, and I use the cream for the one in the front. So you can customize this to your taste. So that being said, I'll be needing a pair of scissors to cut off my hands. For the hook size, I'll be using size 2.0 mm hook. And yeah, for these 2 sizes, as you can see, this is bigger than this for 0 to 6 months, this for 6 to 12 months. For this, I used size 2.0 mm hook for the blue, and for this other color I used 2.5. So it's the same pattern with just different hook sizes. And one thing is, if you the written pattern for this sandal is available for sale, so if you need it, kindly click in the link in my bio to chat me on any of my handle. My website is not available for now. I'm trying to work on it to come back up soon, but if you want to purchase this, you can just chat me on any of my social media, and I have the link in the bio. So if you need it, kindly check that out. So back to the materials, we're needing 2.5 mm hook because I am doing for size 6 to 12 months. So I'll be needing this button, is around 2 centimeters wide, handmade with love. That was what I used here for the decoration. So you'll be needing this, any kind of button will do. We're needing stitch markers, and we'll be needing this. I keep forgetting the name of this thing, honestly. So we'll be needing this, and that was what I used here, so as you can see. So, and I think those are the materials we'll be needing in the course of this tutorial. So let's jump right into the tutorial. So with my 2.5 mm hook and my yarn, like I said, I'm doubling my strand. So I'll make a slip knot. To do that, I will wrap this around my finger, bring out my finger, then take the longer one, I'll put it inside and pull it up. So I just made a slip knot. If you have a better way of doing that, please go ahead and do it. So I'll pull, and I'll go ahead and chain it in. So if you want, for the written pattern, I have the size for newborn and for 12 to 18 months. But for this very size goes for 0 to 6 months and 6 to 12 months. So If you are doing for 0 to 6 months, you just need to downsize your hook. That's 2.0, and this one is for 6 to 12 months. So I'll go ahead and chain 18. So I'll start this 1, 2, 3. So I'll go ahead and complete my 18 chains. So I have my 18 chains done. So to kickstart, we are going to be working in the back bump. For the materials, I forgot to mention tapestry needle. We'll be needing that. So these are the back bumps. You can see this is the right side of your chain. When you flip that over, you see these little bumps here. This is what we call the back bump, and this is what we'll be working inside. So from the second chain, this is not a chain, this is our first chain, and this is the second. So this second, I'll flip my chain over, and this is the back bump of the second chain right here. So I'll go right inside. It can be quite tricky. So I'll go ahead and work my first single crochet. Now I'll go into the next. I'll go right inside, pull out a loop, then yarn over, pull through the 2. That's my second single. I'll go into the next, go inside, pull out the loop, yarn over, pull through. So I have 3 done already. I'll go ahead until I have 9 single crochets in total. I have 3, so I'll go ahead and do 6 more. As you can see, I have my 9 single crochets done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So into the next stitch, we yarn over. We are going in with a half double crochet. So I yarn over. I'll pick the next back loop, back bump rather, and I'll work my half double crochet. I have 3 loops. I'll yarn over and put over. So I just worked half double crochet. So in the next 6 stitches, we'll be working 1 double crochet. So to work a double crochet, I'll yarn over into my next stitch, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through the first 2, yarn over, put through the last 2. So that's my first double crochet, and we have to work 5 more. So go right inside, pull out the loop, yarn over, put through 1, put through 2, yarn over, put through 2. So I'll go ahead and work 3 more. We have 1 stitch left. So at the end of the 6th double crochet, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So this is what I have. So into this very last bump that we have here, this last stitch, we are going to be working 8 double crochets inside this 1 stitch. This same stitch, we are going to work 8 double crochets in total. So I'll go right inside, work my first, that's 1. I'll go inside again, work 2. So I'll go ahead and do this until I have 8 double crochets in total. We have 2 already, so I'll add 6 more. So I have my 8 double crochets done. This is what I have. So we start working on this other side, on our second side of the chain, the other side of our chain, and we'll start working right in front of our previous stitches. As you can see, this right here, directly opposite, we'll be working inside. So we'll be repeating the same thing we did right here. We worked 6 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, then 9 single crochets. So we'll be repeating that on this side. 6 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, then 9 single crochet. So yarn over. This is the first stitch here. I'll go right inside and work my first double crochet. Then I'll go into the next, I'll work my second. So I'll go ahead and complete my 6 double crochets, 1 half double crochet, then 9 single crochets. So I'll go ahead and complete this sequence. When I complete the pattern, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So I have my pattern completed, and this is what we have. So right inside where we worked our last single crochet, we'll go ahead and add 2 more. Right inside the last one, we had 2 more single crochets there. So that place we have 3 single crochets there in total. We worked 1 already, so we add 2 more. So I have my 2 added. So this is the first single crochet we made. So I'll go right inside and work a slip stitch, and we just completed our first round. So moving on to the next, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. I will skip that stitch where we slip stitch and the chain 3 is coming from. We are not going to work there. We'll move into the next right here. That's our first double crochet. I'll go ahead and work another double crochet. That's 2. So we'll go ahead and continue working double crochets until we have 15 double crochets in total. This is 1. We are not counting the chain 3. This is 1, 2. Then we'll go ahead and work 13 more double crochets. So I have my 15 double crochets done. So we are right here at the top, the toe area, where we worked 8 double crochets. So into the next 8 stitches, we'll be working two double crochets. We'll be working double crochet increase into all the 8 double crochets we add here, that we worked here in the toe area. So that's the first. I'll go right inside the same stitch and add one more. So I have 2. So I'll go ahead and repeat this 7 more times. We're having 8 of this in total. So I've worked mine. So this is where I started. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 of that in total. So we'll go ahead and work. Remember, we had 15 double crochets here. So we'll go ahead and work 15 double crochets here as well. So when I'm done with my 15 double crochets, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So after working my 15 double crochets, we have the 3 single crochets we did that we had here, 3 single crochets and this slip stitch right here. So in the next 3 stitches we'll work double crochet increase. So two double crochets, we'll go right inside. That's the first. I'll go again, I'll work another increase, and into the third I'll work another increase. So this is what we have. This is the first increase, this is the second increase, and this is the third. So you now see the slip stitch we have here. We are going to work 1 double crochet right here. So on top of the chain 3, 1, 2, 3, on the third, go ahead and make a slip stitch, and we have the second round done. So moving to the third and the final round of the sole, we chain 2. Inside that same stitch, I'll go ahead and add 1 more stitch. So we are working half double crochet for this round. So I'll work a half double crochet. We chained 2, and inside that same stitch we added 1 half double crochet. So into the next 15 stitches, we work 1 half double crochet. So you go ahead and work 15 half double crochets in total. Don't count this. You're going to work 15 half double crochet. So go ahead and work yours. So after working your 15 half double crochet, it should bring you here to this spot where we started working our increase here. So for the next pattern we'll be repeating for this toe area is this very next stitch, this first stitch here. I work 2 half double crochets. Then into the next 2 stitches I work 1 half double crochet, 1. Then into the next I work 1. So the pattern will be 2 1 1, 2 1 1. So that will be the repetition. This is 2, an increase, 1 1. So we'll go ahead. We need 5 of this in total. We worked 1 already, so we'll repeat this sequence, this pattern here. Repeat it 4 more times. Let me do 1 more time with you. We have the first. I'll go right inside the seam and add 1 more. So that's 2. Then I'll work 1, then into the next stitch 1. Let me show you again. 2 1 1, then 2 1 1. So we'll go ahead and repeat this 3 more times. So when I'm done with mine, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So this is what I did, like I explained earlier. 2 1 1, that's 1. 2 1 1, that's 2. 2 1 1, that's 3. 2 1 1, that's 4. 2 1 1, that's the 5th. As you can see, for this round here, we have 1 stitch left here. And see, this is where we have our last double crochet increase. So you can see that we only worked in this one. We are yet to work in this last one. So this last one will be working an increase. Remember, we started the pattern with an increase, so we'll end it with an increase also. So in this last one, we work 2 half double crochets to finish off that. So this is what we have. So we are going to go ahead and work 15 half double crochets in total. When I'm done with the 15 half double crochet, I'll come and show you how we are going to finish up the area. So we have this left after working my 15 half double. So this is the sequence we are going to work here. I'm going to work 2 half double crochet. So I worked 2 half double crochets, then I'll work 1 half double crochet. Again, we are going to repeat this pattern 2 more times. 2 1 2 1 2 1. So we add the increase, then 1/2 double, the increase, then 1/2 double, the increase, then 1/2 double. So this is our last stitch. I'll go ahead and work 2 half double crochet in that last stitch. I'll cut my yarn. We are going to work invisible slip stitch. So I'll put this up. I did not chain one, so don't chain one. Put this up, and I'll go right. This is our chain 2. I'm going to skip that. This is our first half double crochet. I'll go inside that stitch, and I'll grab this, and I'll pull this out to the front like this, and I'll turn my work. This is our last half double crochet. I'll go from under, and come out right here in between the stitch, inside the stitch right here, and I'll grab the tail and pass it. This is what we did. This is the stitch we just created. So it's called an invisible slip stitch. So in total we should be having, I think, 65 stitches in total, and the sole is ready. So we'll be needing 2 of, like I said, this is for 6 to 12 months, and if the baby's foot is not that big, we might be using it up to 12 to, if not 18 months, because it's quite long. And like I said, if you want a smaller size, you can go ahead and downsize your hook to 2.0, or if you have smaller hook sizes, you can go ahead and use that. So I'll go ahead, make a knot at the back and hide this tail. You'll be needing 2 pieces of this. I have my second piece done, so go ahead and work yours, and we'll come and work the upper part of our sandal. So this measures around 11.5 centimeters, as you can see, 11.5 centimeters. So that's what we have, and we'll start making the upper part of our sandal. And you can customize this as well. You can use 1 color or 2 colors, or as many colors as possible. So I'll be starting with this deeper shade. I'll be starting with it. So I have my yarn here. I'll go ahead and make a slip knot, and I'll chain 21. So I'll go ahead and complete 21 chains. So I have 21 chains. So like we did for the solo, we are going to be flipping our chain over. We'll be working in the back bump, and this is our first chain, not this one. This is our first chain. So starting from the second, I'll flip over, and right there I'll go ahead and work 1 single crochet into each and every of my chains. So in total we'll be having 20 single crochets. So go ahead and work yours. So I have my 20 single crochets done. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out like this, and I'll chain 1 and cut. I'll leave not very long and not too short. So we work the first round. So I'll grab my same yarn, same color, I'll make a slip knot. I'll grab my piece. We are working in the same direction. So okay, to the front. So I'll go right into the very first single crochet. I'll join my yarn, and I'll chain 1 to join, and work 1 single crochet into each and every of our stitches. So as you can see, make sure you have a little long yarn here, because we'll be using this trancy to join to the sole. So I'll go ahead and work my single crochets into each and every of my stitches, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and complete this, just 1 single crochet into all my stitches. So after finishing my single crochets, this is what I have. I'll just go ahead, I'll chain 1, and I'll cut. So I'll grab my next color, which is this lighter shade. I'll make a slip knot. I'll go back to where we are starting from, right here. Like I said, we always work in this direction. We are not turning our work, no. So I'll go right inside that first stitch again, I'll go ahead and chain one right inside that same stitch. I'll work my first single crochet. Now I'll go ahead and work one single crochet into every of my stitches. So I'll go ahead, complete this chain one cuts with the same yarn. I'll come back again, do the same thing, and I'll switch to my last color. So we are going to be doing 5 of this in total. We have 1, 2, we are working the third, so we have 2 more to go. I have one more row of this color, then one more in another color. This is what I'm trying to talk about. As you can see, I did 2 of this color, 2 in this color, then 1 in this color. So we have 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you go ahead and complete your piece. And if you are mixing color, please go ahead and do that. Just remember to have enough strands here by the end, because we'll be using this to make a knot to join to the sole. So I'll go ahead and complete my own piece. So after working my 5 rounds, this is what I have. So we'll be needing 2 pieces of this. As you can see, we have 2 of that here. So I have my second piece worked. So we'll be needing 2 pieces of this. We'll be using that here. So the last thing we need to work before we assemble everything together is the strap. So to do that, we'll be starting from the bottom, this right here, starting with this shade. And we'll go ahead, and the strap will be longer. We'll go ahead, make a slip knot. Now we'll go ahead and chain 31. So go ahead and make your 31 chains. So after working my 31 chains, this is what I have. So as for the back strap, we will not be working in the back bump. No, we'll be working inside our chain. So I'll skip the first stitch, the first chain, and into the second, I'll go right inside and work my first single crochets, and I'll go ahead and work my 30 single crochets in total. So I worked 2 already, so I'll go ahead and add 28 more chains, and that will bring me to the end of my chain right here. So when I come to the end, I'll chain 1 and cut, and I'll go ahead, I'll grab my other color. We'll be working one round of each color. So I'll go ahead, work 1 round of that color, and go ahead and work 1 round of the third color. So when I have these 3 rounds, this 3 row completed, I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. So I worked my 3 rows. This is what I have, and I stretched it out, put it out, and this is what we are going to do. In case you have the yarn tails by this side, I still have 2 of them here. You go ahead, I have my tapestry needle, so I'll go ahead and hide. You go ahead and hide all the ends you have. So I'll go ahead and hide the 2 I have remaining. So if you have more than that, go ahead and hide it, and I'll come back and show you the next thing we are doing. So after hiding the ends, this is what I have. So this is the right side, as you can see. So we'll flip this over, and I'll go right in here. I'll grab the deeper shade. I'll go right inside this space and chain 1, and I'll work 3 single crochets along this edge here. We're working 3 single crochets in total. So I'll carry this along. I have 1, that's the first. I have the second, and I'll work the third. Remember, we are working in the back. So after working that, I'll chain 1, and I'll go right. You see where the other side of our chain, of our foundation chain, that's where we'll be working slip stitch. So go ahead and work slip stitch all across. Into the next, work a slip stitch. Into the next, work a slip stitch. So we'll go ahead and work slip stitch all the way until we get to this place. And when we get here, when you work your last slip stitch here, you will chain 1 and work 1 single crochet, then single. You work 3 single crochets on this edge as well. The same thing we did here, 3 single crochets. We repeat it here. Then you chain 1 and start working slip stitch all the way until you come back right here where you started. So I'll go ahead and work all this, and when I get to the end here, I'll come and show you the next thing to do. You work slip stitch all the way. When you get to the end here, you chain 1, work 3 single crochets along this edge, chain 1, then go ahead and work slip stitches all the way to where we started. And I'll go ahead and work mine. So I worked my last slip stitch right here where we started, and the first single crochet, I'll go right there and work a slip stitch, chain 1, I'll leave it long tail because they'll be sewing this strap to the sandal. So I'll leave a long tail, not that long. So fasten off this previous one. And this is what we have. I'll stretch that out. So this is the wrong side, and this is what the right side looks like. So all we have to do is assemble everything together. So I went ahead and marked 16 stitches around the toe. You make sure that they are on the same line. You don't have it slanted. So I used the middle of our sole as guide, and I counted 8 stitches to this side and 8 stitches to this side. So I have 16 stitches marked in total. So I'll grab the first piece, and I'll pass. Remember, for the pieces, we'll be having 4 strands for one side, and we'll be having, I think, 6 on the other. So we have 4 pieces here, and we have 6 pieces here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to start joining inside here where we marked. That's where we start joining. So I'll go right inside our very first stitch right here. I'll pass the first 2 tails, yarn tail. I'll pass it through 1 stitch. This is what I will do. I'm pulling that out so that I can, right there. So I'll grab the first 2 strands, which is this first 2. You can see I picked 2. So I'll go ahead and pass this through. So that's what I have, and I'll pass one of this into one stitch. So it's only the first one that you pass through. So we have 5 stitches in total. We'll be working in 5 stitches. So I hope you understand my explanation. We'll be passing 2 tails through 1 stitch, the first one. This is what I did. Let me explain again. This is our first marked stitch. We passed 2 yarn tails, as you can see, through the first one, and we passed one through the remaining. So we have 5 in total. So we have 1 2 3 4 and 5. So for this second side, this is what we are going to do. Remember, we have 4 and we want to do 5 stitches. So this is our first stitch, right? The marked one. I will leave it marked. We'll start passing from the next one. So we'll pass 4 in total, and this is what we are going to do. Let me show you that. So I'll go ahead and pass all the 4 I have. Remember, I skipped this one, the marked stitch. That is where we are supposed to start the passing, but since we have just 4, I'll start from the next. We are still coming back here. So I'll go ahead and pass all my yarn tails. That is the second. I have the third and the 5th. So we have 4 passed. So this is the 5th one, which is marked. So that is where we are going to start our joining. I'm going to thread this. I'm going to thread the first one by this side. So I will remove our stitch marker. This is our stitch marker. So I'll go right into the first stitch right there, and this is our first line, our first row. I'll go right inside our stitch, that row. I'll go inside. I'll pass my yarn. You can see what I did there, and I'll go into the second stitch and come out in the second stitch. So we have that joined. As you can see, we have it coming out from here. We join to this side. So that was not joined very well the way I wanted. So I put that out and I thread my needle again. So I'll go back to that first stitch, and I'll go to the very top of my stitch here, not in between. I'll go right at the top of my stitch. Right there. And pull out. Okay, careful. So I'll pull this out. That was our first round. Yeah, I think I get that. So I'll pass my needle back into the second. Remember, it was in this second stitch that we went into the first one, came out at the top. So we are going back into the second stitch. So I'm trying to thread my needle back and I'll come out here. So as you can see, it's way more better than the previous one. So after that, we'll go ahead and make knots. We are going to tie all of this together. But if you want to sew, you can go ahead and do that. But for me, all I'll be doing is tying all this together. I'll be tying it 2 times. I'll do the same thing for the remaining 2. Now make a knot as tight as possible. So I have this joint. And as for this last one, you can go ahead and repeat what we did for the first round and do that here so that we can have it more secured to the sole. So for this other side, I did that for this previous one. I went to join and I have this more secured. So for this other side, remember we have 6 strands, so which is more easier for us to join. So we are just going to be picking two of this and we'll be making knots. So I'll go ahead and do this and I'll come and show you how we are going to join the second part. So if you are making knots, make sure you tie it very tight. Make sure your knots are very tight so you don't have this coming up after joining to the sole. So to join the second part, we are going to be, this is where we joined our last yarn tail right here. So we are going to be counting 3 stitches, 1 2 3, and we start joining the next one. So we skip 1 2 3 and into the 4th, go right in, pick the first 2. This is where we have 6 strands, 6 yarn tails. So we go through, we pick the first 2, then pass that through, and I'll go ahead and pass the remaining 4 to the next 4 stitches. And remember, for this side we'll be skipping 3. Okay, I'll come and show you how to do that so that you don't get it confused. So I passed all the 6 already for this side. This is what I have. And for this other side, this is what we'll be doing. I'll skip, remember we skipped 3 here, and remember we are having 4 strands in this side. So instead of skipping 3, I'll go ahead and skip 4. I'll skip 1 2 3 then 4. So starting from the 5th, I'll go ahead and pass all my strands. Remember, we'll be going back into 1 stitch that we skipped, just the same. We'll be repeating the same thing we did here. So I'll go ahead and pass my, so I passed all the yarn tails. I have 4, so we'll be repeating what we did here. I'll pass my yarn tail into my needle. Remember, we are supposed to skip 3, 1 2 3, but we skipped 4, so we'll go back into the first one. So we'll be having 3 left, 1 2 3. I'll go right here at the top, go in, now go back inside and come back into the second stitch so that we can have the first one joined, which we did. So I'll go ahead, make knots, and I'll do the same thing here. And for this place where we had 2 in 1, I would suggest you don't join the 2 together because you can easily pull off. I'll suggest you join this one, the next stitch, and one of these together first before you go ahead and tie these 2 together. I hope that makes sense. So I'll go ahead and do this, then we'll come and join the sews together, then add our strap. So we need to join the 2 sews together before adding the straps. So these are quite long. I'll just go ahead and reduce this. Something will be inside the sole, so just reduce it. Make sure you don't cut too short. And right there. So I'll grab the sole. I'm joining these 2 together, like so. So I'm joining from here, right in the middle, pick a stitch. From the back also, I'll try and eyeball the middle and pick a stitch. And I'll grab I'm joining with this color, the deeper one. And there is nothing special here. We are just going to be working slip stitch all the way around. So going to the next, go right there, slip stitch, pick a stitch in the front, pick the one at the back, work a slip stitch, pick in the front, pick in the back, work a slip stitch. So I'll go ahead and do this. When I get here, I'll work in my stitches. I'll pick the stitches right there. I'll pick them and work my slip stitch just like that. So I'll work it all the way right there until I come back to where I'm starting from. So this is what I have. This is where I started right here, but this is where I will stop. I'll just go ahead and cut, pull out my loop, then I'll grab my tapestry needle. I'll thread my needle with the tail, and I'll go ahead on the back, pass my needle, just like so. I'll pick this up. I'm picking the slip stitch, so I pick that, and I'll go inside the last slip stitch I made right here. I'll go right in, I have my invisible slip stitch done. Then I'll pass this and make sure I come out in the same spot where we have our yarn tail here at the back. So we have this finished, as you can see. So I'll go ahead, make 2 knots and hide this tail. So this is what we have so far, like a palm slippers. Isn't this beautiful? So all we need to do left is to join the strap. And remember, you have to do the positioning of your strap very well. You can see I have this leg done already, so I'll be joining my second strap from this side. And this is the lower part, this is the upper part. So this will be at the bottom, this will be at the top, just like so. And so in case you are doing the first leg, you join from this side. So for the second leg, you join from this side. Excuse me. So I'll thread my needle. So before I start joining, I'll leave two lines of single crochet. This is the first, this is the second. So I'll start joining from the third, like that. So this is my yarn tail. I'll go right inside. I'll go into the next and come out here. I'm practically going to sew this. Now I'll go into the next and go right there. Make sure I pass through the stitch underneath. So right there, I'll go here. I'll pick the one here. So I'll go right into this place, pass it out, go from the inside, come out here. I'll go right inside. Remember, we are leaving 2, so I enter the third. 1, 2, I enter the third stitch. 2, 3. So we'll try as much as possible and make sure that our yarn is not showing here. You can see our yarn can show here because it's the same color. It's not going to be visible. But around where we are not working with the same color, we have to be very careful the way we join. So I'll go right inside and come out here. So remember, if I do it this way, if I go into the next, my yarn is going to show. So I'll just go right inside my stitch, inside my single crochet stitch. You can see it is not that visible. So I'll go into the next at the back and come out here. You can see we can work with our yarn out because we have the color here. I think this is a little visible. I'm going to change that. I don't want that. So I needed to adjust that. So I removed, I pulled out my yarn. So I came out in the stitch before this one where I want to work to. So I'll just go inside. Since we have the same color with the yarn I'm working with, I'll just go into the next stitch. You can see it's not that visible. So I'm going to skip all of this and come out here because of the yarn color. And you can see we have the color here around here. So I'll go right inside. You can see. I'll come out here. So I'll just go ahead. Finish this up, make a knot at the back, and fasten up my hand. So, and I'll go ahead, very simple, I'll go ahead and just attach my button here. I'll do that off cam, and the remaining thing I will come and show you is how to join this, and our sandal will be ready. So I have a little piece of this cut out, and we'll be joining that here inside. And one thing is this, what will be the length we'll be putting inside will be longer than what we have here. So in case the strap is too long, it can be adjustable. You can pull it up and adjust that. So it's going to be a little bit longer than what we are going to have here. So for this one, we're going to have the exact same length of what we have here. So as you can see, it's still longer. And it's still longer. So this, I'm going to separate it. This softer part will be going here, which is long, and I'll make sure, excuse me, I cut this, the hard one, I cut this into this size because we want that one to be longer than this. So we are going to be having this around here. I think I'm still going to trim a little of that, just a little. So we are going to have this here, and we are going to have the longer one right here at the back. So I will use my hot glue. I'll go ahead and do this. Remember, for you, before you join, remember we skipped two here, 2 lines. So you remember to consider that, to skip 2 lines, and we join right here at the top of the third. And for this one, I will add my glue and put that here also at the back. So I'll go ahead, do this, and I'll come and show you the finished look of our sandal. So after attaching that, and this is what we have. Look at the beauty we made. It's so fine, and I love this color combination. It's so cool and not flashy. It's really, really beautiful. And this color combination is unisex. And we have our blue here. The blue is giving. Look at that. It is giving what it's supposed to give. So this marks the end of today's tutorial. Like I said, if you love to purchase the written pattern, I have it available for newborn size, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and 12 to 18 months. So you click in the link in my bio to chat on any of my social media, and I'll suggest you chat me on WhatsApp. I'm quite more active there than other social media. So once again, thank you so much for riding with me to this moment. And if you are not yet a subscriber, come on, click that subscribe button, join the family. And I don't know if I'll be dropping a complimentary romper, unisex romper for this sandal. I'm not sure yet, and I don't want to promise, or we'll be making something different entirely. So by next week, we'll see to that. And thank you once again for your love and support so far. If you find this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.